Given your background of venture capital, right? I
Mhm.
thought I'll spend some part of the podcast exploring that also, right?
Mhm.
Ranjit, VC play kind of started in late 90s, 97, 98, right? Closer to the dot com. Do you think the fundamental way in which the VCs operate has changed? Have there been anything new that has come in, or it's largely the same play? Of course, there's a better understanding of what works, what doesn't work over last, I would say, 27, 28 years. But is this largely the same play, or that too has undergone, or you see newer ways of doing that on the horizon? How is that
Got
part?
it. No, there are newer ways to doing it on the horizon, which venture driven, but maybe leaner venture capital. So, for instance, right, what is venture capital? It is the money that you raise when you cannot get anybody else to back you, to bet on you, right? You can't go to a bank. Friends and family can't raise enough money for you because they can only give you smaller sums. Banks can, but then they need collaterals, they need a proof of performance, they need all kinds of things. Um, and grants can only take you so far. So then what you're left with is equity, which you sell, and you're not public, so you can't sell it on the public market. So you have to sell it in a private market. And that's where venture capital comes in, right? So it does serve a need. It has served it very well. I think what happens is when people want to raise money, they have to give up a part of the company. So that's the bad part of VC, that of a founder has to give up a part of their company, right? But then the risk for the VC firm is very high. So in general, the mortality rate for startups in the
Mhm.
VC world is close to 70-75%.
Yeah.
Okay. And in fact, there's like a tribal saying in the VC community that if you do not have enough failures, that means you're not betting risky enough. Okay.
Mhm.
Because really the you're not trying to get a 2x return. You're trying to get a 50x return. So that's what the VC world is driven by. Some of the numbers are skewed. Where AI is changing things is that the startups have to become leaner. Their budgets become smaller, so the checks don't need to be so large.
Mhm.
So VCs have to take more bets, which is not a bad thing, but it's still a change in the nature of the business that we are perceiving. We haven't yet seen it, but we believe that it can come down the pipeline in the near future, right? So that's a big change in the VC world. Yeah. So that's what
Okay.
I'd say.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah, and so sorry, but to add, right? I mean, so when you take money from a VC, yes, you are giving up a part of the company. Don't just take the money, right? Find out how he or she can help you connect, or help you with a sales, help you with a product definition. Like wherever the person can contribute, be open to that contribution, because you've already given up a part of your company. You might as well get the best deal you can for it. So yeah, sorry. Yeah.